Welcome back to Black White Band, ladies and gentlemen. It is match day numero 2. I did promise myself I'd learn a bit more Japanese, so I should have learned how to say that in Japanese, but you know, it's been a long trip, head's hurting a little bit.
Flashback.
Wow, now that, we found a shot of a snake inside the bottle. This is Japan, it just keeps getting more fucking weird. Snaky, Dan Ashworth in a bottle. Cheers. Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, not bad, right? Bit of spice. Right, enjoy my Hilly.
He didn't want to go out there.
Right, how long have you supported Newcastle?
It's really.
How long have you supported Newcastle?
Have you not got a bed that'll just come out?
You have to speak up, man. 45 years. 45 years.
From what I've said tonight.
How's Japan been for you so far? How's Japan been for you so far? It's class, isn't it? It is absolutely
People are fucking lovely.
People are lovely. What else?
I've missed all that.
Ah, he's missed his missus. He's getting soppy. He's getting soppy on this video, aren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's going to send it back to her, isn't he? This will be all over social media before you know it.
I tell you what,
Right.
these are good kids. Yeah, great videos.
Great videos.
Oh,
Stadium's included that as well. Great videos.
great videos.
Great videos.
Great videos. Great to watch.
Are we in the old Japanese mags?
We're from the tune.
We were doing it in the bar. We were doing it in the bar like
He's
5 hours ago. Where have you?
Hey, he's just bought a Jaeger bomb.
For being late.
Are we in there? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, Steenie. We have no idea where we're staying. We're getting bought a shot. With all the mags.
Go on,
Get in! 5 o'clock in the morning.
We're getting some shots from
Some shots in.
Fireballs are coming out.
from Michael Barrymore's lover, secret lover.
Look, it's light. We haven't given you anywhere to stay.
I just
We're going to
little
delete this, aren't we?
cocktails. No, yeah, keep it up.
He's a little shot cocktails. No idea where we're going. 5 o'clock in the morning. In the house, mags. Cannot wait to see how I feel in 5 hours' time. I've got nowhere to stay. I'm booked the latest hotel. 5 off.
One shot on the house.
One shot in the house.
Fireballs. Fireballs or balls on your chest.
Balls on your chest.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Cheers.
Arigato.
End of flashback.
It's obviously absolutely sweating, but we are taking on the Marinos, Yokohama Marinos at the Japan National Stadium, which again is going to be an experience, the biggest stadium of the two. We believe Bruno's going to be playing, but we are currently now walking. Hopefully we can get in, as long as the club do us travelling Brits a favour. We are walking to a Shola Amiobi Q&A. Yes, I've seen the man now probably more times than I've seen my own parents in the last year, because Amiobi's living the life. We need you to go to Australia, we need you to go to America to do Q&As. So that's where we're going now. We're trying to find it, but it's a struggle. It's Saturday, so Japan is a lot busier, Tokyo's a lot busier. And yeah, let's get amongst it. Second match of 2, feeling a bit fresher. The beers will no doubt start flowing very, very soon. And hopefully we might actually make this match on time. Imagine that. Away at the house Japanese mag. Tell you what, as far as fan events go, Amiobi's talking. The alcohol is free. This is a cocktail. Absolute rocket fuel. Yes, it's red up, but look at this venue. This venue is absolutely class. The club have got it bang on in Japan. Obviously, I did America, I did Australia. This is a step up. This is definitely a step up. And the fact that the booze is free pretty fucking dangerous. Ramiobi event done. Still a long time till kick off, especially after that free bar. It was absolutely class, by the way. But we've decided to come for some scram. Some very authentic, all sorts going on. Japanese scram, of course, a cheap little beer. Matches in about 4 hours, so I don't want to be too out of it. So yeah, getting amongst some miso soup, amongst many other things. Are we ready out Japanese bags? Right, we have found a bar. Pre-match, it's about a 15-20 minute walk to the stadium, and it is all you can drink for £3.25. I'm just going to repeat that, £3.25. And not only that, you can help yourself. So you know, like in England, you get all of the bottomless brunches where you've got to wait on table service. Just behind me there, you can see, you can just get up, grab your glass, and fill up whatever you want. It is absolutely mental. Happy match day, nice close walk to the stadium. You could not ask for more. You could not ask for more. Sandro, ole, 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 ole. Sandro, ole, ole, ole. Right, we're in the taxi over to the stadium. It's not quite what it was last time. We are going to be there on time, fingers crossed. There's no monsoons outside, there's no roadworks. But we were getting very, very comfortable in that, weren't we, Steenie, in that free bar?
Free bar, all you can drink.
So you ordered
£3.50 or something.
You ordered a vodka coke and the Japanese man was very offended. And then he tried it and he really enjoyed it.
Game changer, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
Ended up getting a photo with us. Yeah, we're over there now. Team news has dropped since we've left the bar. Bruno's in as expected, which is nice to see. But what is really interesting for me is Mr. Lloyd Kelly's in the defence, which is going to be fascinating because I know lots of people aren't happy we haven't had that many transfers. There's not that many players to watch for Eddie out of bed in. But Lloyd Kelly, as far as I understand, is being very highly talked about from almost every Bournemouth fan that I can find on social media. So it's going to be really good to see how he performs tonight. The Marinos, let's see what opposition they bring. There is a massive gulfing class. I think we realised that the other night on Wednesday between the J League and the Premier League, as you'd expect. But yeah, let's get amongst it. We've just smashed that lovely, lovely free bar. If anyone who doesn't need a reminder on this video, £3.25 if I haven't said it, £3.25 for as many beers and random Japanese spirits as you can drink. I've had worse match days. I've definitely had worse match days. It's not raining. It's lighter than what it was the other night. I think the sun is due to go in very, very soon. Away, Eddie Howe's Japanese mags. Look at all the greenery. Kindly pointed out by Chris Steenberg, the gardener.
Come to Chelsea Flower Show.
Look at all the greenery. You would never in a million years get that around the stadium. It's like the Emirates. It's got a very Emirates feel to it, the rounded vibe. We're in Japan and there's actually a war flags display getting dismantled in the post-match. It's mental, absolutely mental. Right, we've just come out of the match. I'm joined by John and Yuki. Right, First and foremost, tell me your story. John, why are you here and how did you two meet?
Well, it's a fucking long story, but basically, I was living in Nottingham most of my life, and my family didn't like football at all.
Right.
And then suddenly, I had friends who liked football, and I didn't know what team to support. And then, so I decided to like Newcastle because it was the Kevin Keegan era.
There you go.
Yeah, and
one of the best.
Yeah, one of the best, and so it's just so entertaining to watch. And I thought, yeah, from that day on, I thought I can't fucking choose another side at all. It's got to be Kevin Keegan era all the way. And so I just watched Newcastle, and then when I came to Japan, everyone was switched off Newcastle. And then I met so many people here and there. I met my wife as well, and she liked Manchester United. David.
Oh.
No, David Beckham.
And
you were very quickly converted, I hope. Very quickly converted.
Only David Beckham.
And then so she was told, like, hey, I met some other friends and they became Newcastle friends, and they said, oh, if you want to watch the Newcastle game, you got to watch it from outside, from the window like that. And so she decided to switch to Newcastle, but she's probably my wife is the biggest.
I was just going to ask, so how much of a big fan are you now of Newcastle?
Yeah, so much.
She cried. Just even watching the Geordies walk out.
Budging a little bit. I'm switching left and right. There you go.
Sorry, man.
Cried when? When what?
My first shot was Perez.
Jose Perez.
Yeah, and the second is the Shah, and the third is the Trippier,
Oh right.
and maybe this season
Lewis Hall.
違う。
違う。
マリ違う。
Chiao means wrong. Yeah, what?
右が好きなんだよだけど。
Well, I don't know. Gordon.
So what does? Bigger question then. Obviously yourself living over here, and yourself becoming a converted Newcastle fan. What does Newcastle being in Japan mean to you? I love to hear these stories about what, like, you just watched Newcastle play in the middle of Japan in a beautiful stadium. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, we were shit today.
Yeah, I don't know. Performance aside, but
fucking loved it. There's just like all this day we've been walking down the streets and we see someone wearing a Newcastle shirt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you give them a high five. You just say, "Way!" It's just amazing.
Yeah.
The atmosphere it creates.
I'm going to finish on a positive. Where are Newcastle going to finish this season?
Champion.
First.
Yeah, I'm going to be a dick.
Wow, right.
Say,
You're going to regret watching this back when you watch it on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And yourself? Where Newcastle going to finish?
Champion.
No, don't be influenced.
Third. Reality, third.
Where, sorry?
Third.
Second.
Okay, second.
Third. Oh, right. I'll tell you what, I would take both them. Right. Anyway, one final one I'm going to ask for you.
Right.
As we've all had a couple of drinks, give us a chant. Give us a chant to finish off. Give us a chant. Favourite chant. Go on. Totally.
I want to know. Velociraptor.
That's a new one.
Hey, baby. I want to know.
He's had a few, hasn't he? He's had a few.
Morning.
Steinberg ordered this, didn't you, Steinberg?
Oh, Sandro, ole, ole, ole.
Sausage, ole, ole, ole.
The next day,
Right, we've come to a random part of Tokyo, but this part of Tokyo has lots of random football shirt shops. We've been on a mission. We've been in 3 to find a Newcastle top. Mission finally accomplished because Eddie Howe's mags are massive. Look at that. The Steve McLaren days. Eddie Howe's mags are absolutely massive. So my number one thing that I love to do when I'm away is go and find a rooftop bar, and we found one in the middle of Shibuya, bang in the centre of Tokyo. And I tell you, when I say that this place is very, very different to a lovely pint of black garlic, which I love, by the way, It is absolutely fantastic. And the prices over here, what we would think, you know, a bar like this in England would be about £25 a cocktail. This one's about £10, £9 for a fancy cocktail. Very, very strong cocktail. Japan, you've got my heart. So it was up to me to choose the bar tonight. Went online, as you do, bit of a Google search. It took me to a place called Kijira Entertainment, one of a kind. It looked like Coco Bonga from Mexico, if anyone's been there. Weirdest night of our lives. It was a mixture of dancing, strip club without any stripping. There was no lap dancers, but the girls were wanting tips after they danced on stage to Lady Gaga. There was guys with chainsaws. That is apparently one of the best forms of entertainment in Tokyo. We were bitterly disappointed, and it was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. Literally, Spice Girls meets strip club, meets cocktail bar, meets Halloween, meets... Fucking weird. This trip just keeps getting stranger.
The next day...
So just to cap off our final day in Tokyo, we thought we'd do something very Tokyo-y in Japan. We've come to a restaurant where not only is it seafood, big fan of seafood, the seafood over here has been class, but you go and you catch, with a fishing rod, your own fish. There is a long stream of water going through the middle of the restaurant. It's on a floor, we're on the fifth floor of the building. There's a long stream with lots of different fish, and you go and you catch it, and you get discount if you catch it. I keep saying that this trip just keeps getting weirder, and what a strange way to cap it off before we head over to the airport. Japan, you've been weirdly wonderful.
The guy before just like yanked the face of the fish.
Could be a long old afternoon, Stevie.
It might be a while then.
Might be longer than the flight, actually.
Oh, it's a beast. Yeah. Boom, that's our roll.
Selfie.
Shot, okay, excellent.
Sorry.
Proud as punch, isn't he?
1-0 Steenberg.
Doesn't look as happy to be on this plate, deep fried. Poor guy. But I'm looking behind us at this, and I just feel like I need to get Eddie House Mags on Shibuya Crossing. What can I do it? And just like that, I'm at the airport, and Newcastle United's Tokyo 2024 tour is over, and my God, where do I start with that trip? But let's talk about the football. What did we learn? What needs to improve? What are the concerns? Well, across the two matches, obviously first match scored some good goals. I thought the performance was relatively good. I think Lewis Hall stole the show, as I said on my previous match vlog, if you want to check that one out. Great to see Isaac get off the mark. Our midfield looked quite tidy. We've still got Tanati to come in. Joe Linton got some solid minutes, which was nice to see. And yeah, I think we looked okay. We did a job, and it was all positive. Second match, the result wasn't quite there. The performance wasn't quite there, if I'm being totally honest with you. It wasn't. But overall, positive. I mean, we've got to look at this as minutes in the tank. We're not looking at this as like wins are vital. Bruno's basically said that in his interview. Obviously, he came back for the second match, which was nice to see. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get up to speed. It's all about minutes in the tank. 2 weeks to Southampton now. My positives, I think Lewis Hall, as I've already mentioned. I think some of the youngsters coming in, particularly in the second game, impressed, and that's going to be necessary right now because our squad depth isn't great. I think Jacob Murphy is a positive. He, for me, is the outright starter on the right-hand side of midfield, where we all know we need another body. which is a concern, which I'll come on to in a second. Almiron is nowhere near the starting lineup for Southampton at home. It has to be Jacob Murphy. And defensively, again, Lloyd Kelly's come in. I thought he looked sound enough in the second match. I know we conceded a couple of goals, but it's going to take time for him to bed in. But that's another body. As I record this video, we are being heavily linked with Mark Gay. That would be an amazing signing, and I think we're all really excited about that one because of his performances at the Euros. But let's face it, in my opinion, there are still lots of areas that concern me from a transfer point of view. And this pre-season out in Japan has highlighted that a little bit, you could say. Jacob Murphy playing well, as I mentioned, but there's still a gaping lack of quality on that right-hand side. Striker Alexander Isak looks sharp. I've got no doubts about it. He's going to hit the ground running. He wasn't at the Euros. He will come out flying. I wouldn't put it past him to, again, like he did last season, run that golden boot all the way down to the last couple of matches of the Premier League season. Who's not excited to see the Swedish Prince up front? But Callum Wilson's nowhere to be seen, and we are incredibly short in that area. And yes, the kid from Sheffield United's coming in. I'll probably do another video on that when I get back. Eventually get back in the land of the living. He looks like he ticks the boxes. He's young, he's willing to learn, he knows he's not going to be a first choice. What did Eddie Howe do on this pre-season that was a bit of an eye-opener for me? Well, it's very clear that Harvey Barnes is not going to be used in the right-hand-sided position. It looks like he is a £35 million backup to Anthony Gordon for me, which is a bit of a concern. And I don't know whether Eddie Howe that was always his plan, to have two good players per position. Maybe it was. But I'm worried about that because we don't have the budget, we told, to sign fantastic players all over the pitch. And £35 million for a player who is going to be back up to Anthony Gordon, who is shoo-in for a start. I know he hasn't played much, he's still coming back. He's shoo-in for a start. I don't know. It doesn't look like Eddie Howe tried to play him anywhere different out in Tokyo. It really, really doesn't. Midfield, how Tonali is going to bed in, that's a different conversation for a different day. I think Joe Willock is proving that when Joe Willock is fit, he is still a pivotal player. I got so frustrated at people saying that we should sell him. Yes, he's had a couple of injuries, but he's certainly not massively injury prone just yet. He's still young, and he's been pivotal for this Newcastle team in getting us Champions League. But when Tonali comes back into the fray, where does that live in the midfield? We know Joe Linton's going to start. He's played almost every minute of the matches in Tokyo. We know Bruno's going to start. That third position is up for grabs, and Joe Willock may have to take a seat on the bench and be a backup to change the system slightly. I don't know. All in all, though, Tokyo ticked off. I'm going to do a separate video on more shenanigans I've got up to and what I think of the city as a whole. It was minutes in the tank for Newcastle. We've got Girona and Brest to come. As long as the idiots don't continue smashing up JD and stealing sausage rolls from Greg's. Amazing trip. 2 more matches in the tank. It's been an absolute pleasure to be out here and be a part of it. Difficult weather for the players, difficult conditions for the players with the rain in the first match. But we are getting fitter, we are getting sharper, and that's the aim of pre-season. I think Eddie Howe has tried a couple of things. Eddie Howe has learned. We've also seen a couple of youngsters come through that might give us some options off the bench. God forbid we get another awful season of injuries like we did last year. Fingers, toes, and everything crossed. Eddie Howe's Mags have got 2 more matches before the season starts. Let's get some more bodies in. But Tokyo, you've been a pleasure. 1 win, 1 defeat, and a couple of decent run-arounds for the lads. And a step closer to match fitness, to smash what is a pretty steady start to the season in the only way we want to see them, by winning lots of football matches. Thanks for watching, Newcastle fans. Whack that like, whack that little subscribe if you've stuck around this long. It goes a long way for me being all the way out here in Tokyo, trust me. I'm going to go and jump on my flight. I'll do one more video about more random shenanigans that I've got up to whilst out in Tokyo. If you don't want to see that, because it's not always football related, let me know. But my God, I've enjoyed putting them together. And I'll see you on the next one. Hawaii Eddie Howe's Japanese Mags 2024.